Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys making some time out of your day to spend with me to watch the video. Always very grateful for that. And guys, today I'm going to show you the peed rig. I'm going to talk about how to rig it up, where you want to fish it, why it's so effective. This is a setup that I've been using here in the Ozark part of the country, the Table Rock, Bull Shoals, Lake of the Ozarks, everywhere around my part of the country for over 25 years. And I've actually taken it, I've done pretty good on some of the Bassmaster Top 150 circuits earlier, on some of the lakes we went to on the Bassmaster Top 150 tour back in the 2000s. So I'm gonna show you guys everything about it, because now is the time here you wanna fish it. It's a springtime technique. It works very good between March and say the mid part of May, and it's gonna add up to a lot of bites for you guys after you see how it's done here. Also, guys, just want to invite everybody out there, if you haven't had a chance, to please consider subscribing here to Intuitive Angling. It's a free and easy. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. And also, anyone out there interested in becoming a channel member, channel members get extra videos every week that aren't seen by the public, and some access to my email address for your fishing questions. Just go to my YouTube homepage, click on the join button for information on that. So much appreciated. Okay guys, I'm going to show you what everything is here, how to set it up, and explain to you how to fish it. First of all, it involves just a zoom centipede, or the French fry worm. This is the one I use out here. Then colors, I use a lot of different colors. This is a watermelon candy. I usually use watermelon candy, green pumpkin, watermelon, just something in a natural hue. And this, like I said, this is going to be a clear water, technique. Not gin clear water. I've caught fish in it down to 2-foot visibility before, but it's not a stained water technique. It's for water visibility of 2 feet or cleaner. But anyway, the first thing I do with it, guys, is, of course, if you guys have watched the channel, I rough it up, because all these Zoom plastics have salt in it. And for the technique that I'm going to show you here, it's really important for this thing to be super pliable. And when you rough it up and bring the salt to the surface by rubbing it, it really makes the bait probably twice as limber and twice as flexible. And also what it does, besides doing that, is it makes the plastic softer, which is easier, to penetrate the hook, as far as if you have the hook buried in there. So that's the first thing. What's that? Yeah, you can try if you want. Elijah's over there to answer questions for him. So got it up there. The next thing you do here, guys, is take, this is a Gamakatsu, I think they call it a tricky head, but this is a Gamakatsu, I call it a flick shake head. And also, guys, I'll put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description if you guys want to order any of this stuff I'm talking about, or any other tackle. You can use that link. It's a good way to help the channel out. But anyway, the Gamakatsu, wacky head, or, flick shake, whatever you want to call it, in a 1/16 of an ounce. Now, all you do, it's a simple technique, guys. Just come right through the middle, just like you would a wacky rig, soft plastic jerk bait or something. You're just going to rig it right through the middle, just like that, with the wacky head on it. Now, what happens on this is a little bit different than a wacky, because you got weight on the head. And when this thing falls here, what's going to happen is the ends of the legs on the thing, but they sort of go like that, not to that extent, but they sort of move a little bit like that. As that thing falls down through the water, those tips just move just like that. And guys, most of the time, probably 90% of the time, when you cast it out there, by the time it hits the water, they've got it, or as soon as it hits the bottom, just like a wacky rig. So, I cast it out there, watch my line on the way down, and, if it hits the bottom, I'll move it maybe 2 or 3 feet, reel it in, and make another cast. Because, like I said, they either get it on the way down, or as soon as it hits the bottom and as soon as you move it. It's super, super simple. Now, sometimes this has got a weed guard on it. I usually cut the weed guard off. I don't really, fish it around heavy cover. And then sometimes, say for example, if it's very calm out, I'll take this 1/16 of an ounce head, and I'll take a file, and I'll file it in half to where it's like, half the weight of it. So it's just a super, super slow fall. And I'm fishing it usually 6-pound test Seaguar and Vizex line. That Megabass Whip Snake spinning rod is the setup for it here. Now, let's talk a little bit about when it works and the type of conditions you want to look for. This is a springtime bait. This bait works. I've never done any good on it outside of this window of the late pre-spawn, during the spawn, and early post-spawn. So for most part, I guess for the best window for it is when that water temperature starts to get in the upper 50s, it's going to start working. It's going to work all the way through. The water temperature get up to maybe 70, into the low 70s, again, which is anywhere between March to May, depending upon what part of the country that you're in. Now, there's something about the mood and the personality and the aggressiveness level of the fish during this time of year that they just like this presentation. If you guys have heard me talk about you know, mood and personality of fish much, you know during the spawn, the fish do not really like reaction baits as well. Anything that moves horizontal through the water column, I don't do as good on it. They like something on the bottom, and they like something slow moving on the bottom, a lightweight. And that's why this thing sort of falls into the same category as a wacky rig or a weightless Senko or something like that. The advantage to this, with the wacky head, you can cover a little bit more water with it. It sinks a little bit faster. And for whatever reason, during this time frame, the centipede, guys, which the Zoom centipede gets more bites than a trick worm or a soft plastic stick bait or Senko or anything like that. It's just, I don't know what it is about it, but they just eat it up, especially if you've got a lake that has a mixed species. Like if the lakes you fish have, you know, spotted bass and largemouth and smallmouth, or some mix of the in between there, you know, that's when it's really good. So all you guys that fish like, you know, Lake Norman, North Carolina, Lake Lanier in Georgia, all the East Tennessee lakes, West Tennessee Lake, or East Tennessee lakes, Kentucky lakes, Ozark lakes, you know, the Clearwater impoundments in California, this is going to work really good. And actually, I probably should have won that tournament. We fished a Bassmaster Top 150 tournament years ago at the Trent Neuse River at North Carolina, which is a stained water river. And I was throwing this peed rig like that underneath the docks. And I did good in the tournament, but I lost so many big ones that got me up underneath those docks and broke me off with that light line, but they wouldn't hit it with heavier line. So sort of a dilemma with that. But anyway, guys, simple setup. I call it the peed rig. It will get you a ton of bites. I mean, this is the type of deal, if you've got a lake that has a good population of fish in it, and those fish are up getting ready to spawn or spawning or just got done spawning, and there's a lot of fish shallow, I've had days where you can easily catch 50, 75 fish on this, easy. It's very common to do so. So anyway, give it a try, guys. I'll put again, Tackle Warehouse links in the description. You can get all the stuff. It'll get you a lot of bites, and it'll also get you some good bites. I had a friend of mine that caught an 8-pound, 14-ounce bass on this set rig about 10 years ago in a tournament down at Table Rock, so big ones will hit it too. So hope it helps you guys out. We'll talk later.